The Art of Living, by Epictetus, is a profound exploration of Stoic philosophy, presenting timeless principles that focus on how to live a life of virtue, wisdom, and tranquility. Compiled from the teachings of the ancient Stoic philosopher Epictetus, this work offers practical guidance on navigating life's challenges and living in accordance with nature. Epictetus, who spent much of his life as a slave, was a philosopher who emphasized that external circumstances are beyond our control, but our responses to those circumstances are within our power. Through his teachings, he invites readers to embrace a life of personal responsibility, self-discipline, and inner peace. The essence of Epictetus's philosophy centers on the idea that individuals cannot control external events but can control their thoughts, actions, and attitudes. The opening theme of The Art of Living is the understanding that life itself is filled with uncontrollable circumstances. We cannot control other people, the future, or even the natural world. What we can control, however, is our perception and reaction to these events. Epictetus teaches that true happiness comes not from external achievements or possessions, but from cultivating a mindset rooted in virtue, reason, and the understanding that everything in life is temporary. Central to Epictetus's philosophy is the concept of dichotomy of control, a principle that distinguishes between what is within our control and what is not. He encourages individuals to focus on managing their thoughts, desires, and actions while accepting that they have no control over things like illness, death, or the actions of others. Epictetus argues that by focusing only on what we can control, we free ourselves from frustration and distress. His advice is simple but powerful: instead of lamenting over what is outside of our control, we should work on mastering our own attitudes and behaviors. Epictetus places a strong emphasis on living according to nature, which means aligning one's actions with reason and the natural order of the world. For him, living virtuously is living in harmony with the rational principles that govern existence. He believes that human beings are naturally endowed with the ability to reason, and that it is through the use of reason that we can achieve a peaceful and meaningful life. Thus, living in accordance with nature involves using our rational minds to distinguish between what is good, bad, and indifferent, and making decisions based on this understanding. A key component of Stoicism is the practice of self-control, and Epictetus argues that we must cultivate inner strength by mastering our impulses and desires. He teaches that many people are slaves to their passions, whether it be the pursuit of wealth, status, or physical pleasures. However, true freedom, according to Epictetus, comes from exercising discipline over one's desires and focusing on what truly matters, living a life of virtue. This involves taking ownership of one's thoughts and actions and understanding that we are responsible for the way we perceive and respond to the world. Epictetus also emphasizes the importance of virtue and moral character as the foundation of a good life. In Stoic thought, virtue is the only true good, and everything else, such as wealth, health, and pleasure, are seen as indifferent. Virtue, for Epictetus, involves qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues, when practiced consistently, allow individuals to live in accordance with reason and to navigate the difficulties of life with grace and integrity. Epictetus contends that a life of virtue leads to tranquility because it aligns us with the natural order and the fundamental principles of existence. In The Art of Living, Epictetus stresses the importance of reflection and mindfulness. He encourages individuals to regularly examine their actions, thoughts, and motives in order to identify where they may be falling short of their ideal. Self-awareness is crucial for growth, and by cultivating this awareness, we can recognize when we are being influenced by irrational desires or negative emotions. Epictetus teaches that through consistent self-reflection, we can align our actions with reason and develop a more virtuous character. Another important theme in Epictetus's philosophy is the idea of accepting hardships and challenges as opportunities for growth. He teaches that adversity is an inevitable part of life and that we should not resist it or wish for an easier life. Instead, we should embrace challenges as opportunities to practice resilience and strengthen our character. For Epictetus, suffering is not something to be avoided but something to be faced with courage and acceptance. He asserts that it is in the face of adversity that we can demonstrate the strength of our character and grow in wisdom. A central tenet of Stoic philosophy is the idea that we should be indifferent to external outcomes, focusing instead on maintaining an inner sense of peace and virtue. Epictetus advises that we must learn to accept life as it comes, without getting attached to specific outcomes or desires. Success, failure, pleasure, and pain are all part of the natural course of life, and it is our attachment to these outcomes that causes suffering. Epictetus teaches that by relinquishing our attachment to results, we can experience greater peace and tranquility, because we are no longer dependent on external circumstances for our happiness. Epictetus also warns against the dangers of pride, arrogance, and vanity. He teaches that these traits stem from a misunderstanding of what is truly valuable in life. For Epictetus, it is virtue and wisdom that hold true worth, not wealth, fame, or physical appearance. He encourages individuals to remain humble and to focus on developing their inner character rather than seeking external validation. In this way, he offers a path to a more fulfilled life, one that is not driven by the pursuit of worldly success but by the cultivation of inner strength and wisdom. Another key aspect of the art of living is the importance of discipline and consistency. Epictetus emphasizes that living a virtuous life requires constant effort and self-discipline. It is not enough to have occasional moments of wisdom or virtuous behavior. Instead, we must strive to live with integrity and purpose every day. The path to a good life, according to Epictetus, is one of ongoing effort, where we continuously work to refine our character and align our actions with reason. Epictetus's teachings also touch on the idea of the present moment. He encourages readers to focus on the present, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. By accepting that we cannot change what has already happened and that the future is uncertain, we can focus on the present and make the most of it. Epictetus teaches that true contentment comes from being fully engaged in the present moment, using our time and energy to cultivate virtue and contribute to the well-being of others. Finally, the art of living concludes with a call to live with purpose and meaning. Epictetus's teachings are not merely intellectual exercises, they are meant to be lived out in practice. He urges his readers to take his wisdom to heart and apply it to their daily lives. By living with integrity, self-discipline, and awareness, we can create a life that is both fulfilling and aligned with our true nature. The path to a meaningful life, according to Epictetus, lies in mastering our own thoughts and actions and living in harmony with the natural order of the world.